Or years ago, when Republican Mike Rogers said this about Donald Trump.
I think yesterday broke the spell that so many people had about Donald Trump. Clearly, his actions led to that, what we would, there's no great way to describe what happened yesterday, sedition.
That was right after the January 6th attack. As Rogers said of the outgoing president,
"Well, you're damn right you had responsibility for this."
But now the former congressman is in a battle against Democratic Congresswoman Elissa Slotkin for a prized Senate seat in Michigan that could determine control of the chamber.
How many are fired up for another 4 years of Donald Trump like that?
And as Trump maintains his tight grip over the GOP, the two have developed a deep alliance, as Rogers' fate appears tied to the former president's in one of the nation's most important battlegrounds.
You even said that he was clearly responsible for the acts of January 6th. Do you stand by any of those?
Well,
bets?
I didn't say he was clearly responsible, but here's the thing.
But do you stand by your criticism that you had after 2020?
Even Donald Trump said I was tough but fair. I'll take that all day long. All my criticism is out there, and I'm not walking away from anything. What I am telling you is now we have choices.
I guess the criticism you'd get is that you evolved on Trump for political expediency, to align yourself because you need to win this state.
I think that's nonsense. Look at the issues. I wouldn't line up with Kamala Harris on anything.
Rogers is now trying to tie Vice President Kamala Harris to Slotkin.
She voted 100% with the Biden-Harris agenda.
Michigan is ground zero in the fight for control of the House and Senate, as Slotkin and Rogers are in a dead heat. And in Macomb County, the birthplace of conservative Reagan Democrats, Slotkin is trying to make inroads.
It's always been a hotbed, and it continues to be a hotbed.
But has the message just been not connecting with those voters?
I think it's on us to reach out and to earn people's votes. And I think, Democrats pass a lot of really important legislation, but we also got to get that message out, and we haven't always been great at that. That's on us.
On the airwaves, Slotkin attacking Rogers over abortion.
I'm scared that Mike Rogers will continue to take away my rights.
But it's Slotkin who has been on the defensive. An outside group linked to Mitch McConnell dropping a staggering $27 million in the final 6 weeks alone, with GOP groups spending $96 million on the airwaves, outpacing Democrats' $88 million.
Slotkin voted to allow states to ban gasoline-powered vehicles. That would crush Michigan's economy.
As she's fielded relentless criticism for her vote to allow state limits on gas-powered vehicles, she's had to cut ads like this.
I live on a dirt road, nowhere near a charging station, so I don't own an electric car.
Another challenge, the war in Gaza that has frayed the Democratic coalition, as an Arab American group now urging the state's sizable Arab population to not support the GOP or Democratic candidates for president and Senate, all over Israel.
Slotkin has a history. We're judging people by their history in here. And we're not going to take a chance by voting for someone, putting them in office, and then regretting later.
And now a GOP group seeking to dampen Democratic support by targeting Arab Americans with ads touting Harris's and Slotkin's support for Israel. But even as Slotkin has backed the Biden-Harris agenda and campaigned with the VP,
when the vice president comes, you go.
She has tried to show some separation.
Some of the proposals that are coming out, I want to look at them. I'm not immediately saying, rah, rah, I'm on board. But the truth is, I can have those conversations with Kamala Harris when we disagree. Mike Rogers can't disagree with Donald Trump.
Thank you. As Trump was in Detroit earlier this month, he leveled this insult.
Our whole country will end up being like Detroit if she's your president.
Were you okay with what he said?
You know what? This is interesting. I spent a lot of time in Detroit, and here's what the people of Detroit have been telling me. They are frustrated that they are not making improvements. $38,000 in median wage in Detroit, $68,000 outstate.
He sort of said that the rest of the country would look like Detroit.
No, what he was talking about is there are schools that are failing, and the Democrats every year keep saying, I'm going to help you, and their schools have deteriorated.
Slotkin says it's part of a pattern.
Everyone who used to be thoughtful and independent just either has to get with Trump and salute and do anything he says, or they can't be in politics. And it's sad to see. It's like watching the last buffalo die. It is sad.